And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 654. Today is Thursday, February 4th, 2021, and I'm King.
I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories: Bitcoin touting Senator Loomis appointed to banking committee. Guggenheim CIO under fire for the timing of his changing Bitcoin sentiment. You're welcome. Doge soars after Elon Musk returns to Twitter to shield Dogecoin. PayPal to offer crypto payments for merchants, limiting trading on Venmo. SBF says he's amassed a $10 billion fortune in just 3 years in crypto. And UK investment manager sells off half Bitcoin holdings after $750 million win. But first and foremost is go ahead and check out these prices.
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at these prices for today. Bitcoin is at $36,744, up 0.38%. Ethereum reached its all-time high, but pulled back to $1,577, up 1.1%. Ripple at 39 cents is up 4.2%. Stellar at 32 cents is down 4.9%. Chainlink at $23.48 is down 6.5%. Litecoin at $145 is down 3.7%. And Doge at 4 cents is up 50.4% this morning. And last but not least, EOS at 302 is down 0.75%. So Dogecoin Army, shout out to you for getting another pump in there. And we'll talk about that more with Elon Musk. But yeah, it looks like Dogecoin is on his pump cycle. So alt season may be around the corner.
What's crazy is, and this is another reason we will talk about, but this is another reason why I believe in Doge. I'm not even a part of the Doge army, people. And I get excited because, again, I'm not even a part of the army, and I see what you all are doing over there. But again, top story of the day. Great news story to start the day off. Bitcoin touting Senator Loomis appointing to banking committee. That is right, Senator Loomis. And announcing the appointment, Loomis made clear that she hopes to get digital asset legislation moving. That's right. She came, hey, I'm in charge now. All right, this is what we're doing here today. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Senator Loomis. What's going on in this story as she gets appointed to the banking committee?
Oh, man. So Senator Loomis is the first senator on record that we know of to own Bitcoin. So it's very clear that she hopes to get digital asset legislation moving. She's the most vocally pro-crypto senator in the U.S. and will join the committee responsible for the nation's financial regulation. Wednesday night, she told Cointelegraph that she received her committee assignments for the 117th Congress, and she will take her place in 3 committees: banking, environment, and commerce. So from the banking side of it, we should see her sort of giving her view on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and of course, CBDCs are going to come up. However, she quotes here, Wyoming has been leading the way on financial innovation over the last several years. Through my role on the banking committee, I hope to shine a light on many of these pioneering efforts and work with federal regulators to ensure that regulation of digital assets are structured to encourage innovation instead of stifling it. Thank you, Senator Loomis. That's all we need. Nobody really needs for you to do anything for us. We don't need your protection. We don't need your security. We don't need your fake KYC, AML laws to protect us. All we need is the ability to innovate, and then we'll figure it out later. Stifling innovation is going to put the U.S. behind. So shout out to people like her, like Caitlin Long, and others. So if you want to go to a crypto place, Wyoming is looking like it. If you can deal with the mountains and the lack of people, hey, that's a great crypto place.
And also to Senator Loomis, with that being said, I hope she gives them a tongue lashing the first day. Because she's saying we don't want to stifle innovation. Again, I know she's new in this spot, and I'm with her. But the truth be told is we're already in the best spot, America. We're in the best spot. It's 2021, and the price of Bitcoin is at $40,000. And as we speak, Michael Saylor is hawking it to accredited institutions and organizations. We already missed a lot of innovation. It's terrible. I mean, this is how I know we missed innovation, because Michael Saylor is giving that talk to investment funds instead of Bitcoin Zay and I. Yeah. The moment for innovation has already been passed. Things that people wanted to do has already happened. So with that being said, I hope for this second or third, or I guess technically the third to fourth wave of innovators, they get a better shot at creating something in this space than some people have previously gotten. Because let's be clear about that. We are 12 going now to 12 years in a month old now. A lot of people have missed out on innovation. So I hope she goes in there tongue lashing the first day. and then gets everybody together and get them all on the same page. So again, shout out to Senator Loomis. We are supporting you here at the Gentleman of Crypto.
Oh yeah.
Some quick shout outs. Marcellus Love, good morning. Lisa Lee, Erica K, Crypto Q, Candace Blanton, PFC Wills, Isaac Walter Hurd, JC Reddick III finally made it to the show. Welcome, welcome. Isaac Walter Hurd, what's going on?
Yeah.
There we go. Zabe in the house. M. Vixen, Too Rich to Miss, Blues Lover, Allison Thompson, Ross Shu. See, PFC Wills say, I listened to her interview. She doesn't talk like someone who actually got into space back in 2012. She made sure to stay clear of talking about the principles and privacy. Oh, it's definitely going to be a diluted version. That's for sure. But again, at this point, we can only hope for a base hit, and having someone at the, in the senator level is definitely a base hit. Let's see. Jonathan Luna, welcome to the show. Finally catching the show live as well. Crypto Q says it's big for a young senator to be on that committee. It's so grimy out here. They keep new politicians out. Hey, they must know the secret handshake already, right? You need to check to see who their grandfather is.
Oh, yeah.
Chester Decentralized, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. If you all know Chester Decentralized with his Debug project, has been a crypto warrior for years. Is Doggy Coin the real Bitcoin? Elon told me to buy it. No. Chester Decentralized, he's been around for a while. Can I ask, why do we put Sailor and crew on a pedestal when all they do is sell data analytics to governments? Wonder what the relationship could be. Oh my God, gasp.
Hey, I was just tweeting about that today. I was just like, hey, these people that came last year, all the hype is going into corporations, but they just came in last year. I don't care how much research and all that stuff you've done. You just came last year. So yeah, I'm with you there, Chats Decentralized.
And we're definitely going to talk about it too. Last couple of shout outs, Calvin Washington, Gracie Peroria, Ice Cold Crypto, the Diversified Hustler. I like that name. Philip Shaw, Marcus Walter in Bitcoin fashion. There we go. Live stream. You made it. And we wanted to make sure we shout you all out for being here. Make sure you smash that like and share as we keep this show rolling. Next story up. We talked about this yesterday. And again, shout out to these media outlets. I wish they would just credit us because there's so many stories they talk about that we talk about. I love it. But it looks like Guggenheim CIO is under fire for the timing of his changing Bitcoin sentiment. That is right. The CIO of Guggenheim, Scott Miner, who we spoke about yesterday, and again about a week or two ago, is under fire on social media for expressing different views about Bitcoin, seemingly on either side of a big investment. You remember, we brought him up yesterday, as we did a couple weeks ago, saying that, hey, this is the guy who just got into cryptocurrency at the end of 2020, who told everyone we're going to 400,000. This is the same as people who got into Bitcoin at the end of 2017 when the price was at $19,000, talking about we going to $100,000, right? So this guy comes in brand new to the space, tells everybody we're going to $400,000, price pumps like crazy, comes back literally 4 weeks later to say we're going back down to 20,000. Of course, we talked about that on the show. Then came out again yesterday, the day before, said, hey guys, we're actually going back up to 600,000. What would make someone of his stature do that, right? We always say you're either incompetent or you're in on it. And we find it hard to believe that so many regulators, politicians, bankers, and hedge fund managers are incompetent. We know that they jumped into the Bitcoin party late, but that doesn't mean they don't know how to trade, which means he is in on it. And it looks like there's evidence suggesting that he's actually in on it. What is that evidence, Bitcoin say?
Oh, yeah. So we have evidence from Scott Miner's bipolar ass that he shifted from bullish to bearish and back to bullish during a very special time. This is either a coincidence or he is in on it. The observation was made that after approximately 500 million in Bitcoin was moved from Coinbase to a series of private wallets on January 31st, that actually corresponded with an amount and effective date of an SEC filing by Guggenheim Funds Trust. So it seems as though they bought $500 million worth of Bitcoin. It corresponds with the SEC date that they were able to make that investment. And then they're playing the same game that they play in the media now with Bitcoin. They tell you it's bullish when they're when they want people to buy it. They tell you it's bearish so they can accumulate more. Then they come back and say it's bullish again. He literally took CNBC's playbook and applied it to his own business because that's what they do every day. Most mainstream media does the same thing every day. They say it's up, it's down, it's sideways, it's going around. And at the end of the day, he still is going to hold this Bitcoin. So I think Guggenheim CIO Scott Miner has got himself in a crunch because Bitcoin people don't forget. In the financial world, people may forget. It's so many people talking and so much noise you don't realize. In the Bitcoin world, we're still pretty small. We don't forget, buddy. And this is only going to improve long term that you are trying to manipulate prices, trying to get your own company to buy as much as possible, and we can see you. The gentleman of crypto, we see you.
You know what? I don't know if you wrote about this in your second book, but this is definitely something that we need to start talking about, writing about this whole don't forgetting thing, because these traditional companies are coming over here with their traditional methods of capitalism, of dog eating dog, thinking that, oh, he's going to eat freely and this is going to be how we're going to roll in this space. Like you said, no, you aren't the only billionaire in the space anymore, buddy. And what you did was market manipulation again. It's not just you. Jamie the Dynamo Diamond did it too when he said Bitcoin is a fraud. Then, of course, later turned out he was all in the market. So you won't be the first and last to do it. But let's be clear. This is market manipulation because this guy had a chance. And this is why it's market manipulation. This is why we always talk about these people, because we don't want them to steer the narrative. This guy's been in Bitcoin for less than 6 months. Like, he's been in Bitcoin for less than 4 months. And he's already been on Bloomberg talking about price. He's been on CNBC. He's been on CNN talking about price, and people are listening to them because CNN, Bloomberg are putting them up there as a subject matter expert in crypto and investing and all this other stuff, when the reality is this guy's been in 4 years and he's manipulating the market. Now, again, on the business side of things, hand clap, like you said.
Do nothing about it.
Took the playbook, you ran with it. You're not the first or last person to do it. But like Bitcoin Zay said, when you have a new project that you want everybody to actually back, and you're not just trading in and out of the market, if you want to do any actual real work in this space, you just shot yourself in the foot. No one's going to trust you. No one will want you on their brand, because the word will get out that people won't trust you. So again, I hope it was worth it. Whatever the buy amount was, we'll be talking about other stories later where people already sold essentially for like $1 billion of profit. So for some people, these moves are worth it, but I hope it was for him, because like you said, the Bitcoin community, the crypto community won't forget. And I'm sure in another year and a half, 2 years, he'll be back pumping something new. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah. And didn't he say he was in for 10 years? And you just now decided to buy. Okay. All right.
You don't believe.
All I need to know. That's all I need to know.
Let's see. Philip Shaw said, yep, they are buying the dips that he created. And again, this is the problem with everyone. I shout out Elon Musk. I definitely play devil's advocate. It was like, hey, I don't want to say anything like negative or bad, because again, he has a small country following him. So people like that in those positions, their words do mean a lot. But also, and not speaking of Elon, but some of the other billionaires and financiers who've gotten into this space, everyone's just blindly listening to billionaires and people with money. And reality is like, no, their method of trading is to tell the masses to do the opposite so they can do the opposite and
smack them in the face with millions of dollars.
That is their actual trading method. So it, like, again, this is why my head almost explodes when I meet random people and they're trying to tell me what JP Morgan's saying about Bitcoin, or what so-and-so saying about Bitcoin, with so-and-so. I'm like, yo, we got like almost 700 episodes. This is what we saying about Bitcoin. All right. Like,
yeah, exactly. And again, I think somebody in the comments just said it, that we don't forget and we don't forgive this BS. Blues lover, thank you for that. Because again, like I said, you asked that I write about in the book. Yes, in my chapter, Fuck the Banks, that is in there. It shows how they responded to it at first, how they responded to it now. A lot of these financial institutions, they're giving you the runaround. And our warriors are pretty smart now, so a lot of us won't get caught up in that trap. But most people coming in new, they will. So we're just trying to make sure we keep that narrative where it should be. The real Bitcoiners have been here. The new people coming, they have more money, but who cares? I mean, just throwing money at a problem.
And again, I'm glad you said who cares about the money thing. For two things. First, they were saying Philip Shaw said that Michael Saylor event was packed, 31,000 views to the YouTube live stream link. Again, no hate to him as a business person. That's what's up. But it is a big problem when you have someone into crypto in less than 6 months with 31,000 people on a live stream about crypto. And you have, like, I don't think Andreas Antonopoulos had 31,000 people live on his streams. And he is like the godfather of cryptocurrency right now, people, as far as speaking about it. So you talk about somebody who knows the ins, outs, up and downs about crypto. He even has an entire certification course for it. And he doesn't have 31,000 views live streaming. And you have a guy who's been in for 6 months, but because he has a lot of money, he does. So again, people are going to learn. You keep following these folks around here. David Macon said, really, the sailors of the crypto world have been here for years while their peers were trashing the space. Reason to be cautious with them. That was what I was going to comment on. Again, it's kind of when I go back to the regulators and the government. If only these big banks and institutions can understand, you don't have to fight this thing. It's enough for hey, we all gonna eat, B. It's enough for us all to eat. Like that is what's so crazy. They're coming over here with these dirty tactics. Like, yo, you don't have to be dirty. You literally just have to buy in and help the community, and everything will naturally, like, you'll naturally make it in this space. So that's our moment on that one.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of billionaires, shout out to Elon Musk again. He was like, I heard you, I got you. You're welcome. Doge soars after Elon Musk returns to Twitter to shield Dogecoin. That is right. A sudden reappearance by the Tesla and SpaceX CEO has only one focus: a meme-based altcoin now masquerading as a Lion King. It looks like Dogecoin gained, it was 25%, but as the Bitcoins they alluded to, is up like 50% now in the last 24 hours, up to almost 5 cents. Musk came back out. He removed the Bitcoin B on his Twitter, and instead he added the Doge meme. He later tweeted, "You're welcome," accompanied by a doctor image of the Dogecoin Shiba Inu mascot as Simba in the Disney film The Lion King. So it's Elon holding. I mean, this dude is hilarious, bro. First of all, shout out to Elon Musk.
Yeah, shout out to Elon Musk.
You know,
if I'm a billionaire, I'll be doing the same thing.
That's what I was just about to say.
I'm smoking weed on Joe Rogan.
Behavior we want from our billionaires.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is and people say, you know, billionaires are bad. No. There's good, there's bad. People with a lot of money, it just depends on that person. I think Elon Musk is great for this space because, as he says here, Dogecoin is made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies, obviously, but fate loves irony. And that still, to me, is like the pure ethos of crypto, is that, yes, there are projects that may not really work or may not have all the things that they say they do, but it's a free money system. You can do what you want. You can buy Doge for the rest of your life if you want to. It's your freedom to do it. And I like that he has chosen Doge because, again, I remember back when people were using Doge for the Jamaican bobsled team. So it is a joke coin. It is a meme. But at the same time, if people give it value, then it has value. The reason it got to 5 cents, it didn't just come out of thin air. People moved their Bitcoin and moved their USD into Doge. And I love the fact that, again, another billionaire is in on the Bitcoin and crypto space and is promoting smaller coins, even though this will get a lot of people wrecked. It is funny to see. And at the end of the day, like I said, you make your own decisions. We can give you some guidance. But again, Elon Musk, this is exactly what I would be doing if I was a billionaire.
Yeah, shout out to Elon Musk and that Doge pump. Here's the thing. I think it's being established. I don't think Doge, all right, so many things. A couple things. First of all, this is my point yesterday when we were talking about all these different cryptos. I said probably won't make it, people. Perfect example right here. No offense, but it's just one of those things where, again, any cryptocurrency, in order for it to work, you just need one other person. So Bitcoin and Zay and I created crypto, and we're the only two people that use it. It is a real cryptocurrency, and it works. It just so happens only two people use it, right? But I say that because other than it actually being, having a use case as far as it works, it does work. There is no use case for Doge, right? There is no reason why Doge should be 5 cents or Doge should be pumping or Doge should even be a headline. There is no reason except for the fact that it has a community and it actually works. So with that being said, we talked about some of these other projects yesterday. Some of them don't even have a community and some of them don't even work. So those are my thoughts on that. And that's why I also said, like, again, a lot of these coins are speculative. Doge is speculative, but I think this might be a coin that people go to fall back on to get in the community's good graces. Like Elon's not doing that. He's being organic with it, but I can see something happening where like the CIO of Guggenheim, after a couple more number tosses, he finally comes out and be like, look, we're just in here trying to learn about crypto like the rest of you all, but Dogecoin, and people will say, oh, this big company who didn't know anything about Bitcoin said something about Dogecoin. I trust him now. I could see, I need to make my corporate playbook. Michael Saylor, scoot over. Let me get in there. Businesses, companies, banks, you want to get on the people's good side and you're late to crypto, mention Dogecoin before you put out your product. JP Morgan coin, don't put out JPM coin first. Mention Dogecoin for about 2 or 3 months and then say, hey, we've been following Dogecoin so long, we're going to do JP Morgan coin. That's the way you actually roll something down in this space.
Exactly. Yep.
Let's see a couple of quick comments. Crypto Q, you're gonna be able to spend Doge at the bodega party. Pretty spoon, hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Crypto Vixen, great point. Doge use case is it brings newbies to crypto. I agree with you. I will agree with that. And that's where we might see his price come up because, again, Doge is all over video games. It's all over all the entertainment stuff. There's like Doge little Easter eggs all across things. So I will agree with that. Maybe that is his use case, just to bring people in. Fumble the face. That is what I agree with. That's why I said it does work. Doge is good for low value transactions. It's pretty cheap and widely accepted. I don't take it seriously, but it always surprises. Listen, people, if that thing does, I'm telling you, if it turns up to 10 cents, it's going to another 20. I mean, look at Ripple.
Yeah, if it takes Ripple's market cap,
Yeah,
it'll
that's
go
what I'm
to
saying.
$1 in no time.
$1 in no time.
Mhm.
But like Bitcoins, they actually also said those are lofty goals. So in another 24, 48 hours, that pump fake happens. Don't be surprised either. All right. PayPal to offer crypto payments for merchants, limited trading on Venmo. There we go.
All right.
What's going on with this story here?
Oh yeah. So PayPal, after limiting their trading service, the company will double down on crypto, blockchain, and digital currencies in 2021. I'm sure it was part of the Q4 earnings call that they had, where they made over 11.4% last quarter after adding Bitcoin to PayPal's platform. How many times do we have to say it, people? You add Bitcoin to your life, you make more money, whether that's in stocks, whether that's in Bitcoin, whether that is in your quarterly reports. If you add Bitcoin, it's so simple, it's hard. You just add Bitcoin to what you're doing, you make more money. And Dan Schulman, who is the CEO, says that we saw an exceptional response from our crypto launch. The volume of crypto traded on our platform greatly exceeded our expectations. So it looks as though they're going to move towards Venmo and select international markets in 2021 so that you're able to trade crypto on there. And he says that a commerce experience would launch, which will provide cryptocurrency as a funding source to pay at PayPal's 29 million merchants around the globe. These integrations will be settled in fiat and relieve merchants of conversion fees. So while I do say that as a store of value, PayPal is terrible to use, when you're making payments with crypto, being able to pay using PayPal is better because PayPal already has the infrastructure to make fiat payments, just like Visa's card, just like anything where you convert it to fiat, they're better for that. That's fine. But if you're buying crypto to store it, no, do not use PayPal. Do not use Venmo because you can't move it off. All you can do is convert it back to fiat, which is what they want you to do as far as spending.
There we go. It's funny. Chastity Decentralized says memes have more value than Ponzi's. It's funny you said that because with that story and what you just said about PayPal, people, that's about to be the next 3 stories. The theme is going to be no shit. Like on the next 3 stories, everybody's invested in Bitcoin late and they've all made money. So it's like a no shit thing. But I'm glad you brought this up with PayPal because again, I'm gonna keep pushing this button. They're gonna keep pushing CBDCs. I'm gonna keep pushing this narrative button because I am not gonna let this narrative be taken in Q1 of 2021 or Q4 of 2020 by some people who just rolled out of bed with a bunch of money and threw it at the market and got lucky. No bear cycle, none of that. It's not happening. But I say that about PayPal because again, they were surprised. Did you see that in the article? They were surprised it exceeded expectations. Like what? They still didn't realize it. So this is where I think the main bull run and this big mass, well, at least the mass adoption for the institutional side is going to come in. It's not going to be from just Michael Saylor's event and all the money he and these other billionaires are making. No, it's going to be from the companies who already got in 2%, 2.5%, 1% in 2020 or whatever, and all of a sudden realize, holy this 2% we just put in cleared 50% of our books. If we would have put in 10%, we wouldn't have had to work for the rest of our life. When they come to that realization, which I think was what PayPal is coming to, which is why they're like, hey, everything we own, turn it on. I don't care. I don't care.
Turn on the faucet.
Turn on the faucet. So when you get companies with a lot of money like that, and now PayPal saying, okay, and this is just me speculating, but essentially what they're saying from the verbiage, I can only assume they're going to increase their allocation, right? So let's say they go from 2% to 5%, 7%. Oh, let's say a whopping 10%, right? Let's say a company really gets ballsy and goes in 20%. That will be enough to change the market on their own than another 10 or 15 smaller companies could do at all. So I think that's going to be a huge Bitcoinization effect coming from these companies. And again, we'll talk about 2 more right now that's doing the exact same thing, had the exact same thoughts for the most part. SBF says he's amassed a $10 billion fortune in just 3 years in crypto. That is right. FTX exchange CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is worth an estimated $10 billion, according to a New York Magazine interview. You will start seeing more of this, people. And I would not be surprised if right now there's a couple of crypto billionaires who are in the hundreds of billions from cryptocurrency. And those are going to be the ones you're going to have to worry about. That's not going to say anything. The Gemini twins, they're not going to talk. They're not going to say anything. And then one day on a Wednesday afternoon, they're going to be like, hey, we started a new country and a new army. Y'all trying to come through today.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like Alameda Research and FTX exchange founder Sam Bankman-Fried has a massive fortune, mostly via crypto assets over the past few years. He spoke to a publication about his journey in the crypto industry since 2018. So came, looks like at the end of the bull run, bear market, great time to actually come and learn about crypto. During the interview, he estimated his own net worth at 10 billion, mostly in illiquid assets. I'm going to say if he's going to tell somebody he's worth 10 billion, let's put him at 15 and 20.
Yeah, I would say illiquid assets must be somewhere at it must be in Doge or
yeah. You got 2 billion in Doge.
Yeah, exactly.
The former Wall Street quant trader got into crypto trading in 2018 after noticing significant arbitrage opportunities and worked out a way to take advantage of the kimchi premium, which was the difference in Bitcoin price between Korea and the rest of the world. Again, point this out. I'm glad he had the opportunity and it worked out for him, or someone worked out. He did have to do some maneuvering, this as his article explains. But this is what I meant with the Senator Loomis talking about crypto innovation. It's just like, we knew all about, we were talking about arbitrage for how long? It was like, yeah, the arbitrage in 2017 and 2018 was crazy, people. I remember, I think when Bitcoin here was like at what 17, 18,000, it was trading. I forgot the country in Africa. You might be able to remember, but it was trading at like 28, 29,000 over there.
We was Nigeria.
Nigeria, right.
Yeah.
So again, this is one of the things where I was talking about the crypto innovation is like, you think we weren't trying to do arbitrage in 2016, 2017, people?
We didn't start with billions.
Right, of course we were, but it was just like you weren't allowed to be an innovator in America because things like arbitrage opportunities were illegal, which is why I'm assuming SBF decided to go across overseas. Hey, he was like, I'm gonna boss up and make that move. Kudos to him. He ended up in Japan due to restrictions in Korea. And started moving it that way. But again, that is very risky to do. Who all wants to pack up and go to a new country to trade crypto when you're being essentially prosecuted in your own country? Who knows what's going to happen in a different country? So shout out to him. But again, I want to highlight 3 years in crypto and this guy saying, hey, I'm up 10 billion plus already. That is something to look at, right?
Oh, yeah. And one little nugget to make sure. This is the same person. I believe we mentioned him before. SBF came to mainstream media last year after making a $5.2 million donation to Joe Biden's political election campaign.
I forgot about that.
The second biggest contribution after billionaire Mike Bloomberg. So the second biggest donor to our current president owns a crypto exchange. So for those of you who keep saying, what if the U.S. government gets rid of it? They're not getting rid of it. They are working with them because this dude has $10 billion made in crypto. You think he didn't go to Joe and was like, no, we can't stop this. You don't think he went to other intermediaries and was like, this market is too big. We definitely have to push forward. It's not going anywhere. This is the second biggest donor to Biden's political campaign, and his $10 billion that he made is cool. But again, he had to go to another country to do it. As we see here, had restrictions in Korea, had restrictions in the U.S., went to Japan. So shout out to him for doing that. But again, those political donations stretch very far. China Joe.
No, you're right. I'm glad you brought that up. You're right about that. $5 million to a winning president. That's a blood contract, people. Like, open your eyes. Like, what? I don't care what was discussed. I don't care what was written down. I gave you $5 million and you won the president. We work together, homie.
Exactly. We are business partners now. That's literally what donations are, is we're business partners. This is my investment into your campaign. I need you to do what I need you to do in order to make more money.
There we go. Oh, it's a great point. We've talked about this and maybe something we have to do for sure. I think AUJ, I might be pronouncing that wrong, said tuning in late today. Can you guys do a show dedicated to beginners? It may be that time to actually do that show. We might need to title it Everything You Need to Know About Bitcoin 2021. Talk about the narratives, talk about wallets and stuff. We might need to do that. That would probably be a big hit. So we'll consider that for sure. Bitcoin is hey, listen, hey, they grab them in every direction. All right. So we can get them sitting down for a few minutes. We'll get this show together for that.
Oh, yeah.
CryptoKey said IOU scare me. I saw someone else said Dogecoin basically might replace the dollar as far as transactions go. Let's see. Alex G, what's going on? Alex said crazy. The way they're developing their crypto infrastructure, they don't even have to keep Bitcoin on their books. Again, That's the crazy thing about these institutions. None of them actually had to keep Bitcoin, which is why they were all looking for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency derivatives. They wanted those ETFs. They wanted you to buy longs and shorts because they actually don't need to keep it because they know people aren't even really interested in Bitcoin. They're just interested in the price and what it could do for them. So I think companies have figured it out. Nick Strength and Power says, I'm holding strong almost 500,000 Dogecoin right now. Don't sweat the dips. I'm with you. 500,000 Dogecoin in 2 or 3 years. You're in a good spot. Let's see. But also at the same time, never forget to take a little off the top, especially from a project like Doge, because who knows, right? Let's see. My ninja said most people can't even use their cell phones, just getting people exposure to crypto to start. Exactly. That's what I meant. I couldn't figure out a nice way to say it, so I just stopped talking. But that's what I meant. A lot of people can't use their cell phone, so just learning anything about crypto is good. Fumble the Face said during Michael Saylor's conference yesterday, he talked about open and closed platforms. Companies will have to offer huge benefits to keep users crypto locked on their platform. That is true as well. And Calvin Washington, thank you for the tip. You guys provide tons of insight. Use this to buy some more Doge. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out to everybody. I'm seeing people message us about the hoodies. I saw Mark Loose Ends message me. So again, that's Minho Donahue, one of our in-house crypto warriors. We don't get any money from that. They all goes to him and his projects he has going out there. But yeah, he has a lot of great crypto swag. And last but certainly not least, last story today, UK investment manager sells off half Bitcoin holdings after $750 million win. In the day, gone tomorrow. What's going on with this one?
Oh, yeah. So the people with weak, small hands, you have these small hands. They keep basically jumping in the market and jumping back out. The biggest difference between them and you is when they do it, they come out with $750 million. When you do it, you come out with 750. That's the difference. And that's why we don't encourage people to jump in and out, because you're not really making profit long term. But this UK-based Rougher Investment Management, they made $750 million from this Bitcoin investment in less than 2 months. They saw immediate fireworks, putting 2.5% of their assets in November 2020, resulting in $1 million of gain as it rose past 20,000 on to 42,000 in January. Rather than holding it all, they sold roughly half its Bitcoin holdings. One thing I need for people to understand is that they're going to have to buy back higher now. They just got rid of a scarce asset and they used it to buy to get fiat, which means they're going to have to buy back Bitcoin later at a higher price. Unless they're happy with half their stack of Bitcoin that they had before, they will be buying it at a higher price. And also, too, the worst thing you can do is to make a lot of profit early when you start. If you start out and in 2 months you made 750 million, I guarantee you they think the same thing is going to happen at another time. Timing the market, it doesn't work. Time in the market is what works. So the longer you're in it, the more successful you'll probably be. If you try to time it, probably not going to be. So I don't want to say like this is a one-off. This doesn't usually happen. But during a bull run, you can throw a dart at the wall and just pick a coin and you'll make some profit. So last quote here, the economic environment for Bitcoin right now could not be better. Of course, it couldn't be. As they say, in November 2020, they called adding Bitcoin to its multi-strategies fund a defensive move against the continued devaluation of fiat money. So they did invest it in good faith because they're trying to hedge against the inflation, but then they converted half back to the inflated money. So again, some of this is just words. A lot of it to me is just things that they're thinking, but they still get scared and it's like, well, let me sell at this all-time high. If we go to 100K at the end of this year, they'll be buying back in at 6 figures.
I mean, at the end of the day, call it what it is. It was just a hedge fund with a get rich quick scheme, and they got rich quick. It worked out. Their timing was impeccable. Fortunately, for places like these hedge funds, they could retire. If I were them, close down the hedge fund and start something new. People you made it. That's a unicorn company. You just went in 2 months, you doubled your investment. But again, like you said, these will be the people who I believe also will buy back in at a higher price, like you said. And secondly, they'll allocate more of their assets because this time they only did 2.5%. Again, they didn't still believe in it. Could you imagine if they at that same time they did 10%? I know they're thinking this same thing too. Yeah. Someone they're economists. They're throwing up right now. There's somebody in that front office I thought you said we could do, we can only do 2.5. Like, no, you should have did half. Like, yeah. 2.5% of them people were $600 million, some ballpark 500 million, right? 2.5%. This is what we've been saying since 2016, 2017. Bitcoin Zay since 2014. It's like, hey, you guys have discretion. You have income you can put in other places, right? And this is one of those moments that could have done even greater things. But again, going back to them being an investment firm, I get why they did it. They're like, hey, we only put in 2.5%. We essentially doubled that thing. We're about to take our money out, pay every, if anything, they might pay off a lot of investors and get rid of people and say, no, we're just going to keep this thing in-house. We're going to pay everybody off. We're done. We're keeping it in-house, regardless though this is weak hands. To be a investment management firm, your customers should already know how long these investments are going to take, right? So, I mean, if you're bought in 2020, I would be like, don't call me back to 2025. Let me let this thing work. And instead of bringing back the 750 million off the 2.5% allocation of 600 million or whatever, you could have essentially brought back like billions of dollars from that I thing. And then, like you said, now you might actually come back in buying higher. So I quoted your tweet. I thought I was, or your quote just now. I thought I was dope. Timing the market doesn't work. Time in the market does. So there you go. Last couple of comments going on. Ryan Cooper, Lily Flawless. I might be saying that wrong. B Cash would tear people's heart out. Yeah, my ninja said one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. Yeet. You already know. Yeah, Alan G, that was a heavy gem Zay just dropped. I don't know if he planned it or not. It just rolled off the tip of his tongue, man.
It just comes out sometimes.
Yep. Minho, yeah, for sure. So Minho also is doing crypto news stories. We're gonna start putting those on our site as well. I already talked to him about it. But check out his site as well. Again, he has swag on there, news stories. He is all in the Bitcoin marketplace. So make sure you check him out. Robert Kelly, we'll end it on that. He said they will be back. That is right. Bitcoin Zay, you got any comments?
No comments, no keys, no cheese shirts coming this month. I see a lot of people asking, so they're coming this month.
And the book is going out as well. I've been getting a lot of emails about it.
Book's coming out this month. Shirts coming out. Everything's coming out Black History Month. It's just
Black History Month. This is what
legal stuff. Legal stuff kind of held it back. Got some publishing companies, some people I need to smack. But the book is coming out. Digital copy will be available as well. I might actually write an article about the process of getting this second book out. Just something real quick so people understand when people underestimate you, fuck them. So that's basically it.
Yo,
appreciate it.
Let me know if I need to. No, I'm not gonna say it live. Let me know if we have any issues on the other end. Other than that, that is the show for today. Thank you, Edwin IT, for pointing that out. 100+ watching and 44 likes. Come on, man. Come on, smash that like before you exit. That's all we need you to do. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you can get that notification. And we will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.
Cheers.